Hey everyone, welcome to the My Scaling YouTube channel. So let's take the opportunity to continue recording and showing you more stuff. I haven't been uploading videos lately because my internet service provider has been terrible for the past few weeks. I believe this is the third week where the internet is so bad that I can't even upload videos. So it's really bad. It's terrible. On top of course, my controller has broken again and I need to buy new parts for it. And today we are going to talk about specifics counter hits. I shown you like 6 counter hits before, but Jin has more. Yes, he has more, but those are something that you won't see pretty often, and that's because they are very specific. So let's start with the very specific ones. Let's set this to punish. Let's set this to guarding. Let's go with the standing block first, right? And let's set characters to jab after. So you know this, right? This ensures a guaranteed low, right? If the opponent tries to interrupt this option, right? If the opponent tries to interrupt this option and you do that, the third hit is block it. But if I hit them trying to press after the jab, then the third hit is guaranteed. But did you know that the first hit is -1, the second hit is -1 on hit, right? So it builds momentum. If the opponent is trying to interrupt the pressure right here, you get punishes, right? You get punishes from this. But if you delay it, you can do this. Let's say that's a counter hit launcher. That's a counter hit launcher. So that last low is a counter hit launcher. In turn of this is one of the reasons why people never ever press button after disconnects. That's because it's uninterruptible. Uninterruptible. So what they do is they are going to duck after. So you get to mix this with mids, right? You learn this one, you go for this, for example, right? You can, since they are conditioned to duck the last hit, you can do this into this, you can do this into hop kicks. If you are trying to waste something, you can also go for the ECD one. You can go for ECD one, or you can go for forward two. We can try on fuzzy guard stuff. Let's say the opponent gets hit, right, and he's going to fuzzy guard in order to, knowing that this can come out, right, and he's going to try to block the low. If I set this to block the low after, I ducked, right? So let me just show you what I mean. So let's say that he is expecting the low, right? See that? 13 frame catches. This doesn't catch, but 13 frame definitely does catch. This is 1 frame slower. Oh, he catches. GG's. See that? So that's because most people expect this low a lot, right? Most people expect this low a lot, and if they stick around to see if you are going to do the low or not, then you get to mix. So a good way to test on people's reactions is by doing this into down 4. You do this into down 4 and then you backdash. If they are blocking the low, they are holding the low for too long. If that happens, now you can start doing forward 4s, you can start doing back forward 2-1s, you can start doing hop kicks, obviously. This stuff in order to catch people who are trying to duck in it. But let's say that they know that after 1-3, right, you can hit a mid there, and they are expecting you to hit a mid, but they still don't want to get hit by the low. What they are going to do is to fuzzy guard, right? They are going to fuzzy guard by ducking and then standing up in order to avoid it. Let me record again. Okay, that should suffice. So now I have, now let's see if we can do this. Okay, he's going to fuzzy guard in order to block it, right? He's blocking the low and he's blocking the mid, right? When this happens, now you get to do this. And that's a 50-50 now, because since he's too focused on blocking the low or the mid, longer lows like down 2 and 4-4-2 are going to hit, because at this point your dash is going to become a mix-up, right? Because the opponent is gonna have to deal with either this one or this one, or you can simply just dash into it. It's your decisions, options and stuff like that. So that is how it works, but that is a counter hit launcher. So he has another one. Let me say he has another one. He has 314, right? 314 is also a counter hit launcher, but the way this is designed as a counter hit launcher, it's something that became greater in Tekken 7, I believe season 2 is when this became godlike. And I'm going to display you. Sadly it doesn't have 1+2 again, so Jin doesn't have Zen 1+2 anymore, but we are going to change this. First I want to measure up, so let's see if this happens. See that? This is now interruptible. On Tekken 7, he had Zen 1+2, and from here the opponent couldn't at all press a button, because then it would be a launch immediately a launch. So in here they are allowed to press a button, but you have this, right? But if you enter Zen, you have a grab, right? You can grab now, but the grab is going to do considerable damage on the opponent, and they cannot interrupt that. The only thing that they can do if they block this is ducking, because of these options, right? And if they try to press a button, why I'm showing you the second hit connect, it's because Tekken is designed to block only after to react only after the first hit is blocked, not the second one. So I have to force the first hit to whiff. But this move, these two strings are duckable, but not many people try to do that, because if they try to duck this on reaction, bad things can happen, right? Because this doesn't have much recovery on block. So this move is a counter hit launcher as well. And when they start to duck it, for example, after they block the first hit, let's say crush, right? Because this is crushable, as you guys can see. If they start to dash this one to block that one, now you enter Zen and you got that, right? You enter Zen and you got that option. So you also have this, which does a lot of damage, and you also have ECD ones now, right? So the opponent cannot duck there. If they try to duck the first hit, obviously, they can still get launched by hop kicks, and they now have to fuzzy guard. Now they have to fuzzy guard, and bad things can happen to fuzzy guardables and stuff like that. So that is the main concept of Jin specific counter hit launchers, and this is two already. He has one more, and this one doesn't require much introduction, but I do hate the way this move turned out, and I'm talking about down back to 2. Down back to 2 is a counter hit launcher that is 16 frames. This is 16 frames, right? But it's negative on block. Oh, it's set it to crouch. I want block all. Minus 12. Minus 12. So it used to have this left leg right here. This is super delayable, right? And this used to be my favorite thing to do in Tekken 7. This move was nerfed actually, because on back turn characters you could do this and you pick up from combos, but in this game this no longer works. This no longer works. See that? This no longer works. It hits grounded now. So on top of that, on top of like in a back turn position, that's the best you are going to get, Anoki Zeme, and that's because he's not taking, right? He's not taking. So you no longer get launches from this. It only hits grounded, and it's only hitting because the character is taking. So this was a huge nerf, but the counter hit properties is still there. It's still there. It just had to combo from it. But it's there, it's there. So these are very specific. One of the reasons why I don't use this as a counter hit launcher, besides being one, right, it's because the only thing that you can do after it's a kick. And I prefer to hit this. If I'm going to hit a 16 frame counter hit launcher, it's going to be 4-4. Because 4-4 is safe, right? And it's one of the reasons why I don't use this as a counter hit launcher. I don't. The first hit is a counter hit launcher, which is no longer as well. So you're gonna have to double tap in order to connect. Man, that sucks. They really did nerf it. Man. Well, I think you guys got the point, right? I think you guys got the point. So instead of hitting this as a counter hit, which is 16 frames, I'm going to display you 16 frames, right? Why would I do that when 4-4 is safe? 440 safe. This is minus 12 if it's guarded. Why? 440 safe. So I do this. I do that. If I get blocked, I'm safe. It's one of the reasons why you won't see that move pretty often outside of combo properties. But it's there. It exists. It's a counter hit launcher. The lows are minus 13, but are counter hit launchers. At least these two have millage. The one down 3 lost hits millage because you could do 1-3, right? You could do with this one into a backstep. You could go for the low. The 1-3 wasn't duckable. And this is now a natural hit. Nice, right? But the 1-3 got nuked. What I would want them to do is to add a Zen here. If they add a Zen here the same way they did with this one, right, would be great, because you would have the option to mix between low and mid, something that currently this is -1, right? On block is +4. So if Jin lands something like a 1-3 in enter Zen, it should be +4, right? Same principle, but this is what it is. So these are the specific counter hit launchers, and there is something that I messed up that I'm going to correct right now on the last video. Let me switch this to defense, and I'm going to set Kazuya to record this string. All right. So I messed this up. I was a little bit slower that I was trying to up forward 3 here, but wasn't working. So the string doesn't have a gap in order for me to do that. You can still low body obviously, but you cannot up forward 3 there unless of course the character is with you, and then you can do that. Unless the character is with you, and you can do that. But if you block 1-2, you won't be able to. You won't be able to. But there are some characters in the game that you can still use that strategy in order to beat them. Let me see if I can find one real quick. And I'm thinking King. Where is Lord the Kingo? Lord the Kingo is usually a character that has a 10 hit combo that some people like to spam, right? Let's see. Yeah, this one. Oh, you can't. But if you parry it, you can't either. You can't. That sucks. Alright, but I can. You can hop it anyway. Man, you have to be fast. You can. The crashing is bad. The crashing is bad. The crashing is terrible. The crashing is bad. Well, I was wrong on this one. Well, maybe. Yes, I was wrong on this one, but we are going to find moves where we can do this on gaps, maybe on delays and stuff like that. But it's there. But it's still a specific counter hit launcher anyway, so it doesn't matter as much. But this is the video for today. Hope you guys enjoy it, and see you guys on the next one.